Hello investors and traders, today I'll speak about technical and fundamental analysis of the stock market. So let's start with the main US index S&P 500. We can see that here it was generally five moves. The first one, the second, the third, the fourth. It was the correction in 2018, the COVID crisis, and now the impulse finished. So now in my mind we just in a correction. By the way, in the last year we are trading in a decreasing channels. Now we are located in the higher border of the channel. So in my mind there is a nice possibility to see the stock little bit lower. It can be here. So in this case the potential of decreasement is about 12-14%. So why? Because of course the inflation with the data that releases Fed telling us that the inflation decreasing. Yeah, okay, it decreases, but it still exists. The inflation is still exists, and in my mind it's a problem, it's an issue still. Let's check. Yeah, it's the last data, it's 6.5. yes, but okay, we see a decreasement. Of course it's less than 8, 9, but still pay attention that it's there's inflation. We live in an inflationary environment, so of course it's a little bit problem. So I'm expecting to see the S&P is lower this year. My target is 3040, 3050. So in this time I'm not heavily buying stocks, maybe dividend stocks like AT&T, Philip Morris, WB, something like this. But let's move to the Nasdaq, to the IT companies. Of course we have Google, Apple that now in a showed already a nice correction. But if we'll check the chart, here it was clean. This one, by the way, the biggest, it looks like head and shoulders, and here it was head and shoulders, and of course after this we show the correction. So regarding the levels, we have 11,010 and 9. By the way, 9 is the level of the pre corona crisis. So why not? I think there is still possibilities to see index lower. Now all the IT giants tell that a lot of layoffs in their companies. Google, Apple, Facebook, all these companies continue to lay their staff. So it's can be a very leading indicator of a recession. So now the Nasdaq, it's not so for me it's not look so attractive, and by the way it's after such correction down more than 25% from its high levels. So let's move to TLT. It's the ETF on the US Treasury bond. So here, so look, in my mind it's one of the best ideas for this year, because why, I will explain. I'm expecting of course the correction in stock market, so in this case the bond market can be one of the winners. So that's why I'm considering and I have a position in this asset. By the way, it's one of the safest asset in the whole market, bond market, stock market, ETF, crypto, and all the stuff. So the TLT is I think it's can be a great idea for this year. So my target is 2001. So my target here is 120. Yeah, from the current level it's a potential of 12%, even 13%. But if it will be lower, 103, 104, I think it's a nice time to add some this ETF to portfolio. I think it's relatively safe. And by the way, let me check if it pays dividend. Yeah, this ETF pays dividends. Yeah, it was a payment on November, December, and another December. Yeah, so it's ETF. The dividend yield is 2.5. Very nice, very nice. We already receive here dividends. Yeah, so I think there is a potential of about 15% and another dividend yield of 2.5. So if you will lucky, you can receive a performance of about 60-70% to your portfolio. But anyway, I hold this TLT ETF in my portfolio. And the DXY, the dollar index, it's the dollar position relative to basket of currencies like euro, yen, Japanese yen, and all the other main currencies. So here, of course, we have a correction in the DXY after its high levels of 140. Now it's about 100. By the way, here there is a support level. If you will check here, 100 is a support level, major support level. Of course, it was a range. Here you see. Let me change the color. So it was a range between 90 and 100. We just broke this range, but now we are testing this range once again. So here the two possibility, or it will be a support level, and then we can see bounce, and we'll try again to see maybe it high level, so we'll just break it and it will become a resistance levels. But in my mind, I think 100, maybe lower, it's relatively fair valuation, so I think it can be traded in these levels. And let's move to the B2C, to the Bitcoin. So in my mind, I told you at the beginning of this year that TLT and B2C, it can be one of the best investment for this year. I prepared a separate video, so if you missed it, link to this video, as you can see now on the channel. So here, look what what we have here. Let's have a such display. So I have using the Elliott Waves, the first one, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. Yeah, it was impulse. Here it finished, and now we had ABC correction, clean ABC move. Yeah, it was ABC. So now, by the way, here it was some case of support level 15, lower than 15. We didn't trade. So now I'm expecting to see. My target is 30,000. So from this level, let's check. Yeah, the beginning of the year. Let me see. We can check it here, the B2C performance. By the way, yeah, from the beginning of the year, 37%. So very impressive, very nice. As I told you, B2C, it can be a nice asset trade. So 37%, it's not a small portion, and the potential still is about 30% up. So one of my ideas is already to pass a few weeks in this year, but already you see that it works. So very cool, very nice. And the US Treasury bond, as I told you now, the 2-year Treasury bond yield is 4.1%, and the 10-year 3.4. What it's telling us, of course it's not a good sign, because the near-term risks are higher than the long run. So another good indicator when I will consider and start heavily load the boat and buy heavily stocks from different areas, different sectors. It's when the 10-year yield will become higher than the 2-year yield for bonds, then I think it will be a leading indicator when it can be a nice time to start to heavily buy stocks from the equity market. Before, I think it's now very dangerous. It's not maybe in my mind, yeah, it's only my opinion that I'm considering it's not the best time now to buy stocks. But anyway, we have TLT, we have B2C, and I have dividend stocks in my portfolio. I'm considering to buy more heavily stocks maybe in the second or the third quarters in this year. But now I'm just expecting to see the indexes, especially the S&P, the SPY, a little bit lower. So if you like this video, press the like button, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and of course see you the next time. Bye.